Hi friends. So I am sitting here in my home pretty much by myself except for Darla Doo, my husky companion, and you can see her right over there. And it's a snowy, wintry, icy evening, and I have some chili cooking on the stove. And I'm feeling kind of crummy. Not totally sure why, but I'm also in a kind of reflective mood. And I just thought I'd jump on here to share that for myself and maybe for others who might be able to relate to the story I'm about to share, or maybe get some inspiration from it. I don't know, we'll see. But yeah, I'm going through a time in my life that is a little scary, and a big transition is going to happen pretty soon. And I'm just kind of processing that. So some of you know me quite a bit, some of you don't know me at all. So to share a little bit of context about me and my life before I share the story, is that I moved into this old 1900s home that I'm renting out with my boyfriend currently in Plymouth, Michigan, which is a quaint little charming historic town that has a lot of money and lots of Caucasian people. And I don't totally feel at home here because I do not have a lot of money, and I always feel a little different. But this is a really great location, and I really like the space. And there's a lake across the street, there's lots of trees around, there's walking trails, and this house is just kind of perfect. And the backyard has lots of space for me to do my sister circles that I like to do, and the basement has a really nice space for me to do my massage therapy and my Reiki and yoga and meditations and things like that. So I really do like this space. We moved here about a year ago, almost a year ago at the end of this month. And that at that time I was going through also a lot of changes, a lot of foundational pillars in my life have recently crumbled. And when I moved in here, it was kind of my way of getting stability back into my life and starting up my practice again from scratch, reconnecting with old clients from before I moved up north at a yoga retreat center for 5 years. And I recently, when I came back down about a year and a half ago, I've been kind of reconnecting with those old clients and establishing new ones and developing really sweet relationships with them. And that has created a lot of stability in my life, just socially, energetically, emotionally, but also financially. It's been really helpful, and I've been able to save, and it's been really going really well, actually. My weeks have been filling up, and I feel like I have very good astrocartography here. Also building a romantic relationship too, and getting stability with that this past year and a half or so. And so yeah, I really like this space. It's been going really great for me here, and my plan was to renew the lease here, and once it ends at the end of February, and just stay here for another year. And the landlady was cool with that, and that was the plan. And I actually even was trying to buy this house too, and saving for that, and looking into loans and just all of my options. But recently, my boyfriend and I just got thrown this crazy curveball, and we've been told that now we're not able to renew the lease, pretty last minute. And so we just kind of had to take a step back and okay, whoa, this is a big change. So what are our options? Okay, I guess one option could be to just find another house to rent and just do the whole thing over again, trying to find something similar. that works for both of us. Or another option would be to do some traveling. And I've never really traveled very much. I've traveled around the country quite a bit. Some of you might have remember when I did that trip a few years ago by myself around the country in a truck camper Padma. And I grew a lot from that and learned so much. It was like a rite of passage for me. It was very freeing and cultivated a lot of confidence and self-reliance and resilience, and it was just a beautiful experience for me when I traveled like that. So we're thinking about traveling again, and actually we're going to travel. We decided that that would be the option that we would take, and just kind of use this commitment-free opportunity to go and travel before we sign papers for another lease. And my boyfriend's been aching to travel, and I don't quite have that itch so much anymore like I used to, but I've only been out of the country to Canada, which doesn't really count because I live in Michigan, and then also Negril, Jamaica. And I've been to Hawaii, and I've been all around this country, but never outside into another country where people speak a different language, where people just eat differently and just operate in the world differently. And I just think that that would be such a great learning experience to do for myself. In one way, it is kind of like you're, paying for schooling, like you're paying to go to this university without the hassle of student loans and fluorescent lighting and right angles everywhere. And in this way, though, I'll be out in the world and like using the world as a classroom, and really just kind of put myself out into situations that might not be fully comfortable, and kind of stepping outside of that comfort zone, strengthening my, deepening my confidence, strengthening my own self-resilience again, and just really just embracing and just soaking in what's out there. And I feel like when I can do that and be in that that paradigm again, where I'm just kind of living life one day at a time, and I don't have that stability of, okay, I know I'm going to wake up, and I know exactly where I'm going to wake up at, and I know exactly what I'm going to be eating today, and I know, my parents are, 15 minutes away, and my friends are really close, and you know where everything is, and everyone is going to understand you when you talk. And so this is just going to be a lot different, and I feel like I can learn a lot and grow a lot from this experience. And then when I come back, I'll be able to offer my clients and my sisters and my community that I've been developing here just more depth and more of a rich fullness of myself. And yeah, the more I think about it, the more I think that this is the right thing to do, because otherwise I would just continue just to kind of be in this 3D realm and just doing it all over again, getting another lease. And it has been really wonderful here, and I have been recently connecting with a community of sisters, and making new friends, and that's not going to go away. But if I stay, I can see how I could just get sucked into this reality that isn't actually real. And the Maya of it all, the materialism, the worldliness, the shoulds and the shouldn'ts, and the capitalism, and just, the, keeping up with Joneses kind of mentality. That's something that is just, the current is just so strong here. with. Like I said, I live in an area where there's lots of money and everyone's Caucasian, and there's not a ton of diversity and variety and, difference in perspectives. The creative community is kind of not super strong here. So I think this will really help me just to kind of make sure I stay true and connected to what the only stability that any of us actually have or has, that any of us actually have, is the stability within ourselves, right? The stability within our own heart, the stability of relying on the infinite, on the divine, on God, or whatever word you want to use, but that stability, and not relying on the stability of a home, of a relationship, of friendship, of a job, of all these roles, of so many things that we can rely on outside of ourselves, but instead just kind of shifting back, like, wait a minute, don't get too sucked into it all, Shannon. Like, we gotta shift you out and shake up the algorithm so you can come back to your center. And I kind of feel like that's what the universe is showing me right now by throwing us this curveball. Is it's really a blessing in disguise, because otherwise I could see myself potentially like going in this direction, in this strong current that actually isn't going to help me to serve myself to the fullest capacity or others to their fullest capacity. So yeah, that's that, and thank you for listening, because that actually did, I kind of connected some dots there, and I do feel better about making this decision, because there is some fear that comes with it, because I was thinking of doing something totally different, but now I'm going to be doing something totally, something I just was not expecting at all, and it's going to happen. We bought the ticket, we're leaving in April. And yeah, so the other thing is being on the road and finances and stuff. So we're going to do our best to try and be conservative with that as possible. And I would also like to still be able to serve while I'm out in other countries. I will definitely just allow myself to receive and to learn and just to be there and be present. But at the same time, my creative heart just wants to serve others. So I will be doing that while I'm there, and I will be doing something. I'm thinking virtual yoga classes on Zoom. I'm thinking meditations, yoga nidra, courses. I can sell a lot of different things on my website. So just kind of marinating on that and what things I can offer while I'm out in the world and make a little bit of income while I'm doing that. Kind of like a digital nomad, I guess you call it. But then, yeah, in the meantime, I'm looking at doing this as like a pilgrimage, really, like a pilgrimage to different sacred sites that I've always wanted to go to. There's a site in Spain that I'd like to see, Saint Teresa of Avila. And then there's another sacred site in France that I've been really wanting to go to, which is Mary Magdalene's site. So she lived in a cave for 30 years that you can go and visit. There's places where she taught and preached and came from when she escaped the Romans and all of that, and after the crucifixion. And you can go to all those sites, and it's just a lot of divine feminine energy there that's really powerful that I like to experience. And then after that, the other sacred site I like to visit is St. Bridget and Goddess Bridget in Ireland. And I've always wanted to go to Ireland, and taking a pilgrimage there to St. Bridget's sites and visiting her monastery and the goddess's fire temple and the sacred springs and the Brigidine sisters, who still are caretakers of the sacred fire, the flame. So yeah, this is kind of gonna be an experience, and we'll see what happens. I mean, we did buy the ticket, but anything could happen. This might not even go through. I'm still waiting on my passport. Who knows? But it just seems like if this does kind of go the way as planned, my life is going to be totally different come April. So I will keep everyone posted. Thank you for listening. Blessings.